Welcome again, students. I'm going to go over Unit Lesson 2, and the assignment that I'm going to go over is the informative speech assignment. That is the major assignment for this unit. I went ahead and clicked on modules, and this is where you have your unit lesson. So for this video, it's only going to be about the informative speech assignment because you know how to do the rest as far as discussion boards, as far as unit quizzes. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the informative speech. Remember to check your course organizer for assignment due dates. As I want to remind you, I teach more than one section of Speech 1311, so it's important that you check your course organizer for assignment due dates. At this point, you should have read chapters 13 through 16 or about finishing up those chapters. Review your PowerPoints and your student notes. You will upload your YouTube video just like you did for your self-introduction speech. And I did provide a video on how to upload all your speech videos URL. And so please make sure that you have viewed those videos. So the speech time frame. The time limit is 4 to 6 minutes for your informative speech. What that means is do not speak less than 4 minutes and do not speak more than 6 minutes. Please stay within this time frame. Select a topic of interest that you feel qualified to speak on. The topic should be of worth, and you'll be asked to support your speech with at least 3 qualified sources. Sources may be drawn from the internet, library, or interviews. Please do not use Wikipedia as one of your sources. So before you begin your speech, construct an outline of your speech. I have provided the informative speech outline template, and I'll show you that in a little while. Please make sure that you are using the outline template that I have provided. Do not use any other template. And right here on the navigation menu, if you do not have Microsoft Word, you could always click on Office 365 and download this program, this software, and for free. It is provided free for our students so that you can have the Word document that I use for the outline, for all your speech outline in this course. So please make sure that you are using the outline template that I provide for this assignment. Do not use any other. Note that an outline is not a manuscript of the speech itself, but a skeletal of the ideas and materials that will be presented. The final draft of your outline must include a typed works cited section with all sources cited correctly in either MLA or APA format. Please make sure to cite your sources. You must use at least 3 sources. When you use other people's work, you are required to give them credit. A 10-point penalty will occur if sources are not cited. Please make sure you cite your sources because you do not want to plagiarize any work. Do not put off your outline until the last minute. Do this early before you start practicing your speech. With the outline complete, transfer key ideas and phrases to note cards. You will be allowed 1 note card for each main point presented, plus 2 additional cards to be used for the introduction and conclusion. So in other words, for a 3 main point speech, the informative speech, you must have at least 3 main points. You may use 5 cards. And the note cards can be the 4x6 note cards. Remember, you are required 3 main points for this speech. And I'll go over the outline in a little while. You will also include a PowerPoint presentation. And the PowerPoint presentation should have at least 5 to 7 slides. With these steps complete, you should set aside time to actively practice your speech. You should practice your speech at least 5 to 7 times using your note cards sparingly, gestures, and movements. I want you to feel comfortable. Do not read your speech. All the speeches that you will deliver in this course are not to be read. You are to deliver all your speeches extemporaneously. It should be conversational. The note cards are to be used sparingly. Do not read it. Eye contact is crucial in public speaking. I want to see your eyes, your whole face, not part of it. So make sure you record yourself so that I can see you. If you're using your phone, I would suggest that you place your phone horizontal so that it will give you a wider view of you. Because if you place it vertical, which is up and down, vertical, the long ways, usually I'll have students, I cannot see half of their face. They're blocked from being seen. You don't want that to happen. You're going to lose points, valuable points. So make sure that before you submit your final speech video, that you view it, have somebody else view it, and see that you are visibly seen, that the top of your head is not being blocked. So again, you have many opportunities to record your speeches. And please remember not to edit your video. It needs to be continuous, like if you were presenting in the classroom. Again, do not edit your speech. Your dress attire should be business casual, as this will help provide a more positive learning experience. It is best to stand as you present your speech. Please do not be sitting down. It's a professional presentation, so please stand. And if you're able to, I've had students in the past who've had a sprained ankle, and they had emailed me and let me know that they're going to be sitting down for their speech because of their circumstance. But just remember, if you're able to stand, you should do so. Remember to begin with an attention getter, then connection to audience, and then give the audience a preview of your 3 main points. The chapters pertaining to this unit discusses attention getter, connection to audience, and preview of your main points. Do not begin your speech with, "Hello, my name is," and this is what I'm going to be talking about. In those chapters, you're going to read the different ways that you can capture the audience attention. So please make sure that you have read those chapters. Use transitional words to move from one main point to the next. This will help your speech flow smoothly and will keep you on track. Transitional words. The chapters pertaining to this unit discusses transitional words. They're there to help and to guide you and to allow the audience not to get lost in your speech. So some of those transitional words can be the next. You could use the next point I'm going to be talking about. If you don't have anything else to, creative, you can say that. So please make sure, use those transitional words, provide a great attention getter, the connection to audience, and give the audience a preview of your 3 main points before you delve into them. Also, throughout your speech presentation, mention the research you use. This will convey credibility. So for example, you can say, if your research is about heart attacks, strokes, anything like that, just say, according to the American Heart Association, cardiovascular disease is, and then state what you have found. Again, this will help your credibility and validity of the research. This is the criteria that I'm going to be looking at, evaluating your speech on. The topic, the outline, the ideas, interest and vividness of ideas, communication with the audience, quality of research sources and accuracy of information, ability to meet the stated time limit, your PowerPoint. All students are expected to incorporate an extemporaneous type of delivery. Any speech that is read in its entirety will receive no higher than a 70%. Please note that this is an informative speech. If at any time you feel you're attempting to reinforce or change audience attitude or that you're advocating a specific action, you're probably falling into the realm of persuasion. Consider using this topic for your persuasive speech because persuasive presentations will receive a letter grade reduction. Will receive a letter grade deduction for this speech. Make sure that you read the speech delivery method file on how to deliver your speech presentation. You can find the file in this unit lesson. This is worth 200 points. This is where you will submit the informative speech PowerPoint. You will click on, pretty much this is probably, remember your outline is going to be the first thing you're going to do. So I'm going to go over that in a little while. But this is where you will submit your PowerPoint. If I click on Start Assignment, you will click on Upload File. You've saved your PowerPoint somewhere on your desktop or flash drive, and then you will attach the file and submit it. And the informative speech PowerPoint is worth 25 points. Again, please check your course organizer for assignment due dates. Now this is the outline here. I have 2 documents. This is the outline template. It's in a Word document that you will be using. Please do not use any other template for your informative speech. This is worth 75 points. Again, check your course organizer because your due dates will vary depending on the length of your course. So let me go ahead and show you the outline. This is the informative speech outline. It's in a Word document. So let me go ahead and read the instructions. I have created this outline form to show you exactly what should be included in your outline. In your introduction, you should write out your attention getter, connection to the audience, credibility statement. This should also be done in the body of the speech outline and in the conclusion. To earn full credit for this outline, it should be a full sentence outline. Please make sure that each sentence is a complete sentence. Do not use keywords or phrases in this outline. This is a full sentence outline. When you prepare your outline, save the document to your computer. Make sure that you delete my instructions and include your own information. So right here, since this is a Word document, before you submit your final outline, delete the instructions. So you would just highlight it and delete it. And you would go ahead and type in your name, and I don't want that bold. The topic, I think you might have to, the way I formatted it, seems like it gives you, it bold faces it, but I just want the titles boldface and the rest not boldface. General purpose, just 2 words right here. Okay, just 2 words, and it should be to inform. That is your purpose for your informative speech, is to inform. The specific purpose. The specific purpose of a speech is its goal, stated in a complete sentence. If the general purpose of your speech is to inform, then your specific purpose will be a statement of the particular information you will present to the audience. So right here, I would delete that and I would begin with, after listening, to my speech, the audience will understand of why people adopt a vegan diet. That's it. And you can begin with this. So I don't mind if you use the same thing. After listening to my speech, the audience will understand of why people adopt a vegan diet. Again, whatever topic you use. And this is an informative speech. I'm not persuading the audience to adopt a vegan diet. I'm just letting them know why people do it. I'm not telling them, hey, you should adopt a vegan diet. So why people adopt a vegan diet. So make sure that you have read chapter 16. That's the informative speech. It really hones in of what is an informative speech. And so make sure that you do not confuse informative speech with a persuasive speech. The persuasive speech will be in unit lesson 3. Organizational pattern. Again, all these terminologies that I am discussing with you, you would have read that in chapters 13 through 16. Organizational pattern, usually for an informative speech, you will use chronological order or spatial order or topical order. I've had students in the past have a mixture of topical and chronological order. So make sure that you delete my instructions, and here you're just typing in what organizational pattern are you using. Again, if you read chapters 13 through 16, you will understand this term. So after listening to my speech, the audience will understand of why people adopt a vegan diet. I'm going to use a topical pattern. That's it. That's all you type. Or if you don't want to type in pattern, you can just type in topical. So whatever pattern you use, just type in what pattern you're using. So the introduction has it includes 3 things here. The attention getter, connection to audience, and thesis statement. It's important that your thesis statement is clear. The thesis statement is a complete sentence that expresses the speaker's most important idea or key points about a topic. A thesis statement guides the development of a speech. So make sure that, I think that this is one of the first things that you're going to be, thinking about and really asking yourself, what is the message? What information do I want to convey to my audience? What is it that I want them to learn? And you will include your 3 main points in this thesis statement. Now, the attention getter, it's very important, just like the conclusion is very important. The attention getter, you want the audience to begin listening to your speech from the very beginning. It should be creative and pull the audience into the presentation. It is human nature to feel compelled to announce the topic of the speech, but this does not engage the audience at all. A good speech never starts out by stating your name and what you're talking about. You can begin with a quote, a story, a video clip, no more than 30 seconds, the video clip, a picture, a fact or stats of some type of visual imagery that pertains to the topic. So that's why it's so important that you read those chapters, because they do discuss the attention getter and creative ways and how you can begin attention getter. Connection to audience. This is where you're going to write, how does this topic, how does this information that I'm going to present to my audience, how does this relate to them? And I've already discussed the thesis statement. And you have transitional words. Remember, a transition is a bridge from one thought to another. This is where you'll want to introduce your first main point. Try to find a creative transition, but if you can't, you can simply state, my first main point is. Again, this will allow the audience not to get lost in your speech. Main point, again, you will delete the instructions and type in your information. The body includes 3 main points. For each main point, you must have at least 2 subpoints. If you don't need a subpoint 3, so just delete subpoint 3. But you must have at least 2 subpoints. I've had students in the past that have needed 3 subpoints, just as long as you have at least 2 subpoints. And your main point 1 should be in this area. Delete my instructions and type in your main point 1 in a complete sentence. Subpoints, again, it needs to be in a complete sentence. The subpoints are things that explain your main point. This is where your supporting material comes in. You may use stats, examples, definitions, comparison, expert opinions. So whatever your main point 1 is, these subpoints are in support of your main point 1. Then once you have discussed main point 1, then you transition into main point 2. Now that we've covered main point 1, if you don't have a creative transition, you can just leave this. Now that we've covered main point 1, and you can type in main point 1, which was, and you could reiterate main point 1, let's move on to main point 2, which is right here. You will delete this, but you leave this. Then you have main point 2, again, in a complete sentence, at least 2 subpoints. Then once you have finished main point 2, then go to main point 3. Now that we've covered main point 2, which was, and now that we've covered main point 2 and main point 1, finally we will go into main point 3, which is, again, be creative. If you read the book, it kind of gives you a little bit more on what transitional words you could use. And this is your last main point 3. Conclusion signals the end. Here are some words that signal a conclusion. Finally, in a word, in brief, in conclusion, in the end, in the final analysis. Those are brake lights. That's telling your audience, okay, the speaker is coming to an end. Never end with that's all I have, that's it. Have a strong closing thought to make the audience glad they listened to your speech. You can tie the closing back into the attention getter or end with a quote, a story, a strong statement. End it memorable. And in your outline, you must include your sources right here. Okay? These are websites that you can click on to kind of show you how to, cite your sources in MLA or APA format. So let me go ahead and go back to this I'm going to show you, like I said, right here, I have a student example. So before you begin your outline, view the student example that I've provided. So let me go ahead and show you that. This here. So this is a student example that I provided. This student did their speech on elephants, and it was to inform because it was an informative speech. Specific purpose. After listening to my speech, my audience will have a better understanding of the elephant population and the challenges that they face every day. They use organizational pattern. They gave an attention getter, connection to audience. They provided a thesis statement. You see that they have deleted my instructions and they typed in their information. So that's why it's important for you to use the Word document that I have provided. Do not use any other template. So please make sure that you view this outline. And at the end, the last page, the student did an excellent job on citing their sources. So make sure that, that you cite your sources correctly. Let's go back to, and this is where you will submit your outline. Is worth 75 points. You will click on upload file. You've saved the outline, your completed outline on a flash drive or desktop, whatever whatever you saved it on. Then you would just attach it and then click on submit. And that's it. I'll go over unit lesson 3 next time. I look forward to your presentation on your informative speech presentation. Please make sure that you give yourself plenty of time. When you have, remember, the informative speech is a speech video. It's the PowerPoint and it's the outline. And then you have some discussion boards. Again, check your course organizer because the assignment due dates are different depending on the term of the course you're taking. Like I said, I teach 8-week courses, I teach 16-week courses, but pretty much I just wanted to go over the informative speech assignment because this is a major assignment for this unit. Thank you.